right, guys. Week 3, post game. Week 3 in the books. 4 games, 4 different winners, 4 different losers. Let's take a look at what happened. First up, we had the Little Rascals and Pippin Ain't Easy. We were talking about earlier, they both needed a win.
Sure did.
Only one team could win, though, right?
That's right.
So the Little Rascals ended up walking away with the win. Pippin Ain't Easy stays defeated, 0-2. Little Rascals move on to being 1-2. They needed that win bad.
They did.
We thought this was going to be a close game, and it was for the most part. It ended up being a 22-point game.
Right.
The Rascals won 89-67. Part of that went to, let's look at the Little Rascals here. Brian Bischoff Berger had himself a game. He had 29 points and 8 rebounds. D Jackson, 17 points, 15 rebounds, 7 assists, double-double.
Right.
Not to mention his 6 steals. I mean, these two guys carried that team, and, you know, they pulled it out, and this was much needed. I've heard a lot of chatter about Brian being the man of that team.
Me too.
Yeah. Showed tonight.
It did. It did. I think D Jackson also complements that team as well. They're both real good leaders. They have a lot of good shooters with Harlan.
Yeah.
Laundry coming out and shooting the ball really well. Sam impressed me a lot with 13 rebounds.
That's what he does.
That is exactly what he does.
Guy.
Right.
And you know, D, Brian, and Sam, they play together at lunch every day.
They sure do.
We got a lunchtime run here, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, from about 11:30 to 1:30. Those guys record at the same time, so there's a little bit of chemistry there. That's a positive on their side.
Absolutely.
Let's look at Pippin Ain't Easy.
Yeah. You know, I was really impressed with Gary's stats. He has very good footwork down low.
He does.
18 points.
He's a mismatch everywhere.
Very much. With 18 points, he led his team there. Talk to me about Gary. How do you think he contributes with that team with Pippin Ain't Easy?
In the article preview that was posted on the website, it was mentioned that Gary was kind of a key player to watch because he's a mismatch.
Right.
He's 6'1", maybe 6 foot, real wide. You can tell back in the day he probably was a guard, but I mean he knows how to use his body. He's got good footwork down low. He knows how to keep you on his hip, and I mean he's not afraid to use 4, 5, 6 pump fakes to get you up in the air. I mean he'll be patient with it. He'll draw a foul.
Sure will.
He's tough, and if someone's a little too uncoordinated to guard him, he'll take that big right outside and be a guard. Man, he's got good ball handling skills. He is a mismatch, and Pippin Ain't Easy used him. Unfortunately, it just wasn't enough today. Devin Moore, their point guard.
Yeah, the
other bearded wonder. Yeah. Looks like he contributed 17 points.
Yes, he did. 4
assists, 5 steals. You know, an overall good stat line. I mean, but these guys just didn't pull it together.
No.
If you look at their team stats, they had 9 assists total.
That's not going to get it done.
If you're playing as a team, that's not going to get it good.
Right.
Unfortunately, Jaren was
got hurt
early. That hurt. He's one of their big time scorers. So unfortunately, it just wasn't the right night for Pippin. But you know, I'm not writing them off.
No,
they're going to get some wins this season. They're going to be a threat come playoff time.
I agree.
Yeah. Next game, let's see. We had Controlled Chaos.
And never retire, huh?
Never retire,
right.
Yeah. The free agent team. The best free agent team that we've seen. Again, man, the Controlled Chaos are the defending champs. They did win, but only by 5 points. And this newly formed free agent team is hanging with everybody, scaring some people last week. And they held on. Controlled Chaos. Like we said, Sean Clinton was injured last week.
He was.
He showed up. He showed up this week, but elected not to go in so long as Controlled Chaos had the lead.
Right.
Well, they lost that lead. He had to come in.
He did have to come in and help out.
With a bum ankle, meager stats, but, I mean, it was enough for them to get the win. 5 points, 5 rebounds, but you're talking about a guy that didn't want to come in unless he had to. So I guess you could say he helped get his team to win. Aaron Sams, the big man down there, very Zach Randolph-like.
I like Aaron's game. Yeah, tough,
10 points,
gritty, very gritty.
16 rebounds.
Absolutely.
He's a force down there. Mm-hmm. We were talking about Will having to step up. Looks like he did with 10 points.
Yeah, he sure did.
10 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. I mean, he's a threat out there. looks like he didn't hit any threes, but buckets are buckets.
Sure.
So I mean, it was enough for them to get a win. What about Never
So
Retire?
with Never Retire, I was really impressed with Anthony coming off.
Anthony Meza.
Meza,
Yeah.
yes. 18 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. That's a good stat line right there to help bring your team into almost winning the game.
Right.
As far as the team chemistry goes, I haven't really seen too much of them, to be honest. I've been on the other scores table, but from what I've heard of other teams, they do have a lot of good chemistry.
I personally saw them. They have a lot of continuity. No one's above anyone other on that team. Is what it seems.
Right.
They don't play with the superstar. That they swing the ball around.
Right.
And that's what leads to their diverse scoring. Just Anthony stood out with 18 points, and Jarrell stood out with 19 points. He led the team. Yeah,
Absolutely.
19 and 7 rebounds.
Right.
And everyone else filling in the gaps as they went. Unfortunately, again, it just wasn't enough. But a 5-point loss in your second game together,
Going against the defending champions.
That's nothing to hang your head over.
Right, absolutely.
I would look at this as let's get one next week.
Right.
We're here. We can hang with everyone.
I agree.
We're not your ordinary free agent team. That's what I would say.
Right. Yeah. Well, let's move on to the next game here. So it looks like we had the Benchwarmers and Gotham, huh?
Oh, buddy, my team.
And so Pat, I know you squeaked this one by here. As far as maybe the score sheet doesn't reflect that, but it was close as I was taking stats for this game.
It was close for a while.
Right. Talk to me about the flow of this game, Pat, and maybe where other people contributed, and maybe you needed some help from other contributors on your team.
We were sloppy.
Okay.
We were very sloppy.
Okay.
We won 71-57. 14-point win, double digits. It wasn't like that the entire game. I mean, we kind of just blew it out in the last few minutes.
Right.
And no disrespect to the Benchwarmers, I mentioned earlier, these guys are going to be tough. Benchwarmers played. They came with five guys, just like we talked about earlier. But, I mean, they come to play. They play D the whole time. They don't give up. I mean, they're going to play just as hard when it's a 1-point game, when it's a 25-point game.
Right.
And we've seen that over the season. That's the one thing you got to recognize about the Benchwarmers. They started off in a zone defense on us.
They did.
And we've got nothing but 3-point shooters. And
I know you love that zone. Right.
But as a team, we elected to take the guarded threes instead of making that extra pass. That's where that's where the sloppiness comes in.
Okay.
Our chemistry. To be honest with you, every one of our guys on our roster, if on another team, could be the man, the 20-point guy. We don't need to play like that. We could get easy buckets, but
Right.
I'm not going to ever complain about a win. But these past 3 wins, I just felt could have been easier.
Okay.
In a sense, I feel like we're our own worst enemy right now, Gotham City.
And I was looking at the Benchwarmers stats. So Austin, number 6.
Yep, tough guy.
Real tough guy.
Played with the black eye.
Black eye, absolutely.
We're not going to go into why. He had an MMA looking big bulging eye. He got it in the pregame warm-ups. We'll say right before his game last week. They only had 5. He played anyway. Put the team on his back with one eye. Couldn't see. The other one was swole shut. I mean, it's still black this week, obviously. But I mean, that's a tough little player.
Right.
And he brought it tonight. As did all their guys.
With 23 and 2, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Santos again. He's a monster on the rebounds.
He is. He's tough.
10 rebounds tonight, and he gets a lot of putback points as far as
he hustles.
Yeah, he does. He does.
Hey, hard work beats talent when talent don't work hard.
I think I've heard that before. Yeah, I think I've heard that from you before. Yes, right.
That was an overall good effort. I'm impressed with them.
Yeah, it was absolutely.
They could go this whole entire season 0-8, and I'm still not going to write them off. They could do that. I don't think they'll go 0-8. They've already obviously got a win. But I predict a few more wins for them.
Okay.
They're going to be tough. I don't want to see them in the playoffs.
I wouldn't write them off either. Yeah, no, they can play.
Yep.
Gritty team.
That wraps up week 3. So we've got Gotham. No, we have one more game to go over, don't we?
We do. We sure do.
Oh,
we sure do.
Let's take a look at that.
Yes.
Victoria's Secret.
Victorious.
Right. I'm saying the other way.
Yes.
Victoria's Secret.
It's easy to get that confused.
versus the new team, still unnamed. I guess we'll figure that out this week. I didn't get to see this game. Neither did you.
Right.
But we can look at the stat sheet here.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
say that the new team walked away with a win, a 3-point win.
They sure did. They sure did. Ryan Sosa, who I would like to see play maybe next week. Brian Sosa with 24 and 10.
Yep.
He led his team. I like to see if he can bring that energy again next week.
You know, he played in our first league last year, January, the Winter League. He was on Control Chaos, I believe. Actually, he was tough back then. You know, he could rebound the ball, score the ball. Looks like he's still at his old tricks with 24 and 10, leading his team. Let's see who else stood out for them.
Kiso had a good stat line. And it's good to see Kiso back in the mix.
Yep.
He's a returning Ultimate Hoops player.
He's a champion.
He is a champion. Absolutely. He is a champion. And so good to see him back. He had, it looks like 12 points there.
Yeah, 12 points. He's always a solid player, you know.
Right.
Just even talent, he's solid. You can't leave him open.
No.
He's always a scoring threat, even though he doesn't always look to, score on his own.
Respect his jump shot.
Yeah, he's one of those. He's just a good, solid, all-around player to have on your team.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's a good, impressive win for a team that was just thrown together literally overnight. As for Victoria's Secret,
well,
man,
what's the secret over here, Patrick? You know,
I don't know. There's no victory and no secret, so I don't know. It sounds like we're hating.
Right. We're not.
They remain winless, and this might have been their best showing.
And Grayson wasn't here. Grayson wasn't here tonight.
We do have to take into account that Grayson was not here tonight.
I believe their leading scorer on the team.
Not tonight.
He
wasn't here.
Not tonight. But
let's see, Akash, a.k.a. Cash. Cash from outside with 19 points. Man, four 3-pointers from the outside.
Show me the cash.
8 rebounds. Cash put him in.
Yeah.
He goes by Kosh. I feel like calling him Cash. Cash put him in overtime last week.
Sure did.
With the clutch 3.
I remember that
at
3.
The end. So,
I remember seeing that.
The dude can obviously hit some shots. Billy, another gunslinging shooter from the outside. Though he hit 5 of them things tonight, he went 5 for 19 from 3.
He gets a little trigger happy. That's safe to assume that.
A little bit.
Right.
19 threes, man.
I don't think
Sounds fun.
Have you ever shot?
Sounds fun.
Have you ever shot 19 threes before?
In one game?
You have?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
You got to bring a lot of bullets to
I want to try
that fight.
That's something I want to try.
You got to definitely bring your bullets.
Hey, that says one thing.
What's that?
Definitely fearless.
Right.
But despite that, he is a shooter, and if I was to ever play with Billy, I would tell him, man, keep shooting, no matter if he's missing. So that's probably what he did tonight. But yeah, big Fuad Jabril, 13 rebounds.
I see him upstairs working out.
He's like a Santos for that team.
He is absolutely
a Santos for the
gotten
Benchwarmers.
Bigger, gotten bigger.
He's up there. He's up there in the weight room. He knows how to use it. So. Yeah, we go a few places with that little comment.
You can.
Who else came to play? Looks like another. This one was well-rounded for Victoria's Secret.
Right.
It was a well-rounded stat sheet. It looks like everyone contributed, and that's why they probably only lost by 3. Because this team's been killing themselves lately. But if you had to take a positive, it's that they played a lot better this week. I would say.
Okay.
I mean.
Without Grayson tonight.
Right. It's hard.
And Grayson would have contributed, I believe, in my opinion.
You don't want to make every game.
It's all right.
You don't want to make every game a moral victory.
Good.
Yeah. All
By
good,
your computer?
man. No, you're good. You don't want to make every game a moral victory, but you're going to have to take one in this case. I mean, you held your own without your best player.
Right.
Or at least your biggest threat. So, I mean, Victoria's Secret just needs to come out and get a win. Simple. I mean, they got... It's still early in the season. We're not even halfway done yet. They've got a lot of time to shape this up. Good news is everybody makes the playoffs this league, so there's a lot of time.
There's a little comfort in that.
Yeah.
Well,
that wraps up Week 3. 4 winners. Team Gotham, the new team, unnamed, the Little Rascals, and who got that other win? Control Chaos. 4 winners.
The champs.
Yep. These stats will be updated and online tomorrow night. Tune in next week. This is Pat Fridley.
Josh Martin,
league coordinator, Bearded Wonder.
That's
We'll
right.
see y'all next time.
Thank you.